Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the little button for the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. I need to say that every time so that hopefully we get enough subscribers.
Yep.
And you can even like us. We like that.
Yeah.
We like to be liked.
Yeah.
Makes us likable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop. Okay, anyway. You know, a couple videos ago, I had this 65 Panhead in. This is a 65 Harley Panhead, which that's the last year of the Panhead and the first year of the electric start on a big twin. And they're a very cool motorcycle. This particular bike belonged to the Marine Corps, and it was used as a military police unit. There you go, a military police. I want to be respectful, and I'm not sure of all the right terminology, but this thing's cute. It's got a siren on it and everything, and I found that in riding around the neighborhood and thinking I'd have some fun running the siren, that although it was a great idea, it's operated by friction. In other words, you have a pedal on the side of the bike, and you hit the pedal, and the pedal engages the roller on the siren on the rear tire.
Yep.
And that's all well and good, except that when you decide to turn it off, it coasts, it runs down. In other words, if you stopped using it because of the police officer you just saw, ain't gonna help, because you can take your foot off it, you can do anything you want. It's not gonna stop for a while.
A while.
Yeah, it winds. Yeah, well, you know. Anyway, the neighborhood knew I had a bike in here that had a siren. God, we have the best neighbors. We really do. Anyway, the thing is, this bike, in its past life, a friend of Bill's, my friend Bill, who belongs to this bike, his mechanic at the time decided to put a pro clutch on it. Now, I've put pro clutches in a lot of motorcycles, and they're really a wonderful, wonderful unit. It's a Rivera Pro clutch, and they're still available by somebody other than Rivera, but the point is, it didn't work right on this bike. This bike has a Mousetrap assembly. And if you've been watching our videos for a while, you know we play with mousetraps. Mousetraps are wonderful things that Harley came up with in 1952. So when a police officer held that clutch lever all the way against the handlebar, like riding in traffic all day, that thing was, Harley calls it a booster assembly. Slang for it is a mousetrap. But Harley refers to it as a clutch booster assembly. And I've done videos on how to adjust them and make them work right. But the way they work is they go over center, and then the clutch is disengaged. And once this thing goes over center, well, it's so easy to hold in that position. Well, when they came up with the Pro clutch, they did the same thing with a diaphragm spring, which is a great thing. It's like the newer bikes used today as a diaphragm spring, which is very nice. But in conjunction with the mousetrap, to get them to both disengage and engage at the same point of movement, okay, I've said that to the best of my ability now, because he's not very happy with the way the two work together, and I don't blame him at all. I said, bring it back and we'll put a brand new stock clutch in it, so he did. So what I'm going to do on this video is I'm going to disassemble the whole primary. I'm going to get all of this out of here, and then the next video we do, we're going to reassemble it. So I'm going to do that now, and we'll get going on it right here and now. Right here and now. So I hope I have all the right tools out here. I think I do. It's possible. Just possible. Okay, so we're going to take the adjuster screw loose, which is a good thing to do. And we're going to unstack this clutch. Like I said, this Pro clutch really is a nice unit. So we're going to take it apart. We've got lock tabs here. Use a little chisel here. That's good. And I'll tell you, it's very, very warm today. And Bill brought his bike over, and then I dropped him off at home. I took him back home to his house. And I could really tell it was spring because his whole front yard is full of roses in bloom. Between Bill and his wife, they have grown the most beautiful bunch of roses. Now, I know that's something that our viewers may not be interested in, but it's a beautiful thing. It was really pretty. All right, we've got these all. Lock tabs out of the way. That makes me happy. Let's see here. And these are 11/16, I believe. And the way to take these apart is you back these big nuts off one at a time. One movement at a time, you go on to the next one so that they all remain even. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's probably why I'm not using a ratchet. You know what? We can take that out of there. What do you think of that?
Oh my.
Oh, this thing is a real fun machine. I had a 65. 65s are nice Harleys.
I wouldn't mind one.
Well, no, I think not. They're actually considered quite a collector's item because they're the last Panhead and the first electric start.
In the year that the Pirates of the Caribbean was open.
65?
And a pretty decent little Mustang.
Yeah. Well, I had one that I bought in 74, I think it was. And I sold it to a buddy of mine in 78.
One of my favorite years.
And he still has it. Okay, so that way we can take that right off of there. And what we've done is we backed off on it gradually all the way around, so that we didn't hurt anything. Nothing gets bent or damaged in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Now let's see, we can take these parts off like this. We can take these plates off. And I knew I would forget something. I have forgotten a pick. Could you get me a pick out of the drawer?
Working on it.
It's the screwdriver drawer, and it'll be on the left side of it. Just a long pick. That's perfect. A long pick that's complete. There you go. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, this has no miles on it. In fact, I'll probably have a talk with Bill, and this thing may very well end up on my Flathead 80.
Yay!
Yeah, I think that'd be a nice thing, because that's a foot clutch, and that's a real easy one to do with that. Okay. So you can see these are Kevlar linings.
Yeah, look, it's still got the name on there.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. There it is, Rivera Primo. But yeah, this, well, you know, I cleaned all of this too when we did it last time.
Yeah, but the name hasn't even worn off the name.
Well, yeah.
Pretty slick.
Well, it's amazing how long Kevlar lasts. I mean, Kevlar is like the wonder material of our age, you know, of our time. Many.
Female invented it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Female chemist.
Okay.
And she was looking for something to imitate spider web.
And she came up with Kevlar?
It was an accident, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And it didn't quite form in the parameters they wanted to. They knew it was some strong stuff.
Well, yeah.
And the idea of making them into vests was a guy's idea.
Well, there's so many different forms of Kevlar. You know, I mean, it's produced in all sorts of things, and today we use it a lot for like we have here, clutch lining. Mm-hmm. It's used a lot for brake lining. You know, there are a couple of different companies that make Kevlar brake pads, and I love them. I think they're wonderful. And
they don't eat your rotors.
No, they don't eat your rotors. They don't squeak. They aren't dirty. On and on and on. And they last a long time. Now, granted, they're a little costly, but if they're going to last that long, it's a good buy.
You just put yourself back at 0 again.
It's all right.
You want another pick?
Nope. See? I have priors. I have been installing, building Rivera Pro clutches since Rivera came out with them. And
you're up there as one of the best promoters of them.
well, I don't know about that, but they're a good clutch. I've used a lot of them, and like that. Anyway, we're not here to sell clutches for anybody. Okay. All righty. Now, there we are. I'm trying to remember everything I do here. Now, for one thing, we got to get this nut off of here, and I've forgotten what size it is. Oh, it is. It is 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Just like the original. No, that's it. It's 1 1/8.
Okay, better.
It's 1 1/8. Like I said. Thank you very much. Now. Now we're going to have to make some noise here.
Our viewers informed us that it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Fire and hole.
Here goes. And I'd say that pretty well did that. Now maybe we'll do the other one just to get it out of the way before we take all this stuff off. Now that was a left-hand thread, of course, so we right-handed it off. We had a leaky hose here, so we had to do a little different rerouting tonight. Now we're going to reverse and remove this thing. And there it is.
And there it is.
So we can put these over here. And then I think we'll do, just making sure everything's nice here, and it is. We have a well, shucks. That thing is coming right off. Son of a gun. Well, what we'll do now is get the chain tensioner loose. You'll hear that nut in there fall in about a second. There it went. Okay, we'll pull that nut off. And we'll see if this wants to come off. I guess I'm going to need a puller for that. Well, I have one. So I'm not going to go look for it right now. Wait a minute, I know where it is. I know where it is. It's right here. Excuse me. There it is now. Let's see. We can take this one. We'll just make one up here, which you could show. You could show it as I put it together.
Okay.
Let's see. I think we'll use the long bolt on it. You know, this is a good general purpose puller. Something every set of tools should have in it. I mean, this is for doing just about anything. Now, see, I look over there at those holes, and they look like about a 5/16, I think. And that being the case, I think these are what I need. They're not long enough. And I think these probably are. No, this is quarter, this is 5/16.
Boy, that seat came out good.
What did?
The seat,
Yeah, isn't that neat?
like an original old seat.
Yeah. Well, the guy that did it did the seat on my shovel head about a dozen years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a beautiful job for me then. And he's still doing a beautiful job for everybody. Really nice guy who does really nice work. It just doesn't get much better than that. Yeah, I guess this thing is gonna, I don't have any shorter bolts at the moment, so this is gonna be it. There we go. We'll just thread that right in there like that. We'll thread that in there like that. I'll make sure they're in there good. Pretty neat. I hate to think I've been using this puller for at least 35 years. It's good stuff. It's not a very complicated puller, but it'll do so many things. I'm going to get a gob of grease to put on it because I want to be kind to the motor shaft. Okay, here we are, and being kind to the motor shaft is something like that. Just putting a little grease there. Okay, now we'll take this and we'll just bring it on out here. Try to get these two bolts pretty even, because they go all the way through that sprocket.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
And into they'll rub into the case?
I don't know. All I know is they'll go all the way through that. Okay, and that's a 3/4. Okay. All right. I could buzz it off with the impact, or I could just take it here and be real soft and kind to make sure that everything goes nicely.
Pop off like last time?
I don't know. It didn't last time.
Yeah,
Not this one.
Which one popped off?
I don't know.
It was that one.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it scared the heck out of me.
This is just sliding off like a champ. Look at that. There you go. Now, originally, every 65 that I remember originally came with a compensating sprocket on it, which this does not have. But it's all right. This thing is coming off so nice and neat. I'm about ready to say the magic words.
And what would that be?
And there it is. Okay. Get these bolts out of here. I love it when things pull off like that, because it's just so smooth, nothing got battered, nothing got, I like to be nice to things. Okay, so we got this. Come on. Oh, there you. Okay, and I can put that away when I clean up. So now I'm going to just slide this stuff out of the way, which I can clean up as soon as we're done with this video. And I'm going to pull. Now I want to mention, before I started any of this, I disconnected the battery. That's real important. I should have said it first. It was automatic for me to disconnect that battery. It should be automatic for everyone. Anytime you get anywhere near the starter, this thing is hot all the time. It always has electricity to it. So if you were to move any piece here and all of a sudden this solenoid were to make contact, it will eat the fingers right off your hands.
Yep.
Nobody needs that. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to just slide this right off of here. And there it is. And there it was. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this here, because the Pro Clutch, when you buy a Pro Clutch for a Harley, for the old Harleys, for these old Harleys, they don't come with a clutch basket. You use the original clutch basket and you put the hub and nut into the basket. So this right here, I take all of these out, and that whole bearing system will come out of there, and this will then slide over the new hub. We're going to put a new old style original type hub on here. So we're going to take this back out of the basket, and we will put in the the new hub. And we'll do that real soon, like in our next video. But for now, I'd like to say that we did what we said we were going to do tonight, and everything is just absolutely lovely. And like I said, I can clean all this mess up now. Nobody needs to watch me clean it up. I would like to mention a couple things. Of course, I want to mention our t-shirts, and they are over there. And Mike is showing them now. And we also have our baseball cap and the t-shirts. And anyone who wants one of those items, all they need to do is go to pacificmike.com, which is our website. And in the upper right-hand corner of that website, it says Shirt Store. And you just click on that and you can order a t-shirt or a baseball cap. I also want to mention we are now into June. Okay, getting into June to me gets me excited. First off, it's going to get too hot and I'm going to hate it and complain and be weird. But other than that, Born Free comes up the 22nd of June.
Yes.
And I love Born Free, and I'm hoping that all the people who watch our videos will come.
Yep.
Because I'd like to meet each and every person that watches them.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to come up and say, hi, Mike.
Because we're both Mike, and you can say hello to us by all means.
Yep.
You know, I really appreciate the fact that people say, oh, they're probably going to drive that guy crazy. But truth of the matter is, I really do enjoy people, and I enjoy all the people that write in with our into our comment section and all of that.
They always say, oh, I don't want to interrupt him. He's talking to somebody else. I said, if you don't let him know that you're there, he won't know when to stop talking to him because he'll keep talking to him.
Well, just, you know, anyway, it's a real pleasure to meet everybody. And we've met so many people from out of state, people that we would not meet if it weren't for the Born Free show, and that's pretty cool. I mean, last year we met people from Canada and Colorado, and it was just great. So anyway, until then, I'll see you out on the road.